Lora-Lee here to tell you all about buckets. What is a bucket? Well, obviously a bucket is something that you carry things in like water, but here we're talking about social media buckets. Social media buckets hold your content and it's going to help you with content posting the whole week long. We're going to have 5 buckets you're going to rotate through every day, okay? Once a day, you're going to post out of 1 bucket. Okay, so those are things that you can plan for. You can sit down. I know I talked about meal prepping too, which is so important to me, but this is planning your social media so that you can have a month's content in no time, right? You can plan out your whole month ahead. And isn't that be cool to have that? You just go in there, plunk it in, post it, just post it. It's all good. It's all done for you. So right now I'm going to tell to start, it's about the buckets and what are the buckets, okay? So that's what I'm going to start with. We're going to carry on from there. There's going to be 5 personal branding buckets that I want you to focus on, okay? The first one's going to be your personal bucket. That's your lifestyle. That's what you do. That's your family. Those are the photographs of your dog, your cat, your horses, whatever that happens to be, that's what you're going to be focused on, personal stuff, right? Okay. Your husband, your family, like I said, your family, whatever somebody's doing, your kids are in sports, whatever, that kind of thing, that's what you're going to be posting about. Number 2 bucket is industry, the industry that you're in, whether it's direct sales, whether you're online marketing, whatever you're doing, that's what you're going to be talking about. If you're in direct sales and you say you sell makeup, well, then you're not going to call it makeup bucket. You're going to call it still an industry bucket, but you're going to talk about beauty and the industry of that beauty. Okay. So if you're in health and wellness, you're going to talk about health and wellness. Okay. If you're in skincare, you're going to talk about skincare, but not necessarily your specific products. Okay. The third bucket is entrepreneurial bucket. So that's when you're talking about your businesses, your leadership, inspirational stuff like what you're reading, your podcast, what you're doing, because you're a leader in your, no matter what you think, you're a leader in your company. Okay. If you're in direct sales, you're a leader. So this is what you need to be talking about. So people see you as that, right? As a leader. Number 4 is your inspirational bucket. I love that one because I love quotes. I love finding quotes. I love finding, usually it's how I feel, but I want you to be real specific on this. I want you to be using Canva, and I'm going to do a training on that soon. But you need to be using Canva and making your own, okay? Making your own. Don't just keep copying and pasting somebody else's or sharing somebody else's content, okay? Make sure it's your own, make sure it's organic because the algorithms like that, okay? Number 5 bucket is your hobby. So whatever you do for a hobby, you can say, I don't have a hobby. Well, if you watch Netflix, that's a hobby. You can be sharing about that. If you go for walks, it's a hobby still. If you, whatever your hobby is, whether it's crafts or sports or whatever it happens to be, then make sure that that's something that you can rotate a bucket. You can have a bucket with some posts in it and at least once a week talk about your hobbies, okay? Maybe even twice a week because there's 7 days in a week and I've given you 5 buckets, okay? And my coach told me this, so I'm using her same buckets, okay? 5 buckets because it's worked for me, and you rotate through them. At least you'll do 2 buckets twice maybe that week, okay? And the next week you'll do more. And when you look at your social media and you go back through, you'll know where you've been spending more time at, and you'll figure this out. It's quite simple to figure out, okay? If I can do it, anybody can do it. So anyway, those are what I'm telling you about. Later on, I'm going to show you how you can pick 1 bucket and get 7 posts out of it. 5 for sure about that content, okay? This is something that I really, really think everybody needs to listen to. Everybody needs to hear, and it's so simple. It's so simple that anybody can do it, okay? So stick around. If you like this part, stick around, watch your email, because there's something special coming up, an offer just for you. Thanks for joining me. Lora-Lee out.